Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to talk about something that's, well, it's everywhere technology. And no, we're not just talking about the big, flashy inventions, we're talking about the small, almost invisible ways it has completely rewired our everyday lives. So, let me start with a little story. A buddy of mine, Daniel, was telling me how he used to write actual letters to his uncle, who lived in another city. It'd take a week to get there, and then, another week for a reply. Now, Daniel just sends a message instantly. One tap, and his thoughts are on the other side of the world. I mean, that is the kind of change we're talking about.
But this incredible shift, it isn't just about texting. It's somehow managed to weave its way into pretty much everything we do, from how we shop to how we learn, even to how we stay healthy. So you gotta ask, right? How did this transformation get so big, so complete, in basically every corner of our lives?
Okay, so here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll look at how tech connects our worlds. Then, we'll dive into the pure convenience it brings to our daily routine. After that, we'll see the new doors it's opening for work and learning. And finally, we'll touch on how it helps us live safer, healthier lives. All right, so let's jump into our first big idea, connecting our worlds. Technology has just shrunk the planet in some amazing ways. Take my friend Imran. He has to travel a ton for his job. He used to really struggle to feel connected to his kids. But now, he video calls them every single night. They even show him their homework right there on the screen. It keeps that family bond strong, no matter how many miles are in between. In this connection, it's way more than just talking. It's about having instant access to information that makes our lives work. And you can see these tools really touch everybody. An older gentleman I know, Mr. Kareem, he gets all his news right on his phone. Commuters can track their bus so they know exactly when it's coming. And families, like my friend David's, they use a shared calendar so nobody ever misses a practice or an appointment. It's all just technology humming along in the background, keeping us all on the same page. All that seamless connection flows right into our second point, convenience. Because what all of these small tools really do is give us back our most precious resource, time. They just simplify all those little everyday chores that used to eat up our hours. Just think about something like the weekly grocery shopping. My neighbor, Mr. Ahmed, he has to spend his entire Saturday morning going from store to store with this huge list. Now, his son just opens an app on his phone, taps the things they need, and poof, it's all delivered right to their door. The whole thing is now just a few simple steps. And that is the real payoff here. It's not really about getting groceries, is it? It's about getting back all those hours you would have spent stuck in traffic or waiting in line. That's time you can now spend with your family or on a hobby or, just relaxing. And this kind of convenience, it just pops up everywhere. When my friend Thomas is planning a road trip, he's not unfolding a giant paper map. Nope, he's using a GPS app that shows him the best route and even warns him about traffic. My brother Jacob has one of those little robot vacuums that cleans the whole house while he's at work. See? These aren't some crazy futuristic gadgets. They're just simple, practical fixes for everyday stuff. Which actually brings us to our third big idea, how technology is opening up all these new doors. Because it's not just about making the old tasks easier. It's literally creating entirely new ways for people to build careers, learn new skills, and become their own boss. A lot of the time, right from their own home. Take Hannah, for instance. She has this small sewing business. Just a few years ago, her only customers were people who happened to walk past her little shop. Now, she just posts pictures of her dresses online, and she gets orders from all over the world. And it's the exact same story for my cousin Andrew. He's a carpenter, and he used to only have clients in his town. He put up a simple website, and now he ships his custom furniture all across the country. And then you have Jane, a mom who started making these beautiful baskets at her kitchen table just as a hobby. Well, that hobby is now an online business that helps support her entire family. For all of them, technology took something local and made it global. And it isn't just about selling things either. Learning itself has just completely changed. The classroom isn't a building anymore. You've got people like Simon, a security guard who's training online at night to become an electrician, or Richard, a mechanic who watches these step-by-step video guides to learn how to fix the newest machines. It makes education accessible to absolutely anyone, no matter what stage of life they're in. All right, and for our last point, let's get a little more personal and look at maybe the most important impact, how all these tools help us live safer, healthier lives. We're talking about those little gadgets and simple habits that are quietly boosting our well-being every day. So my friend Steven was just feeling drained all the time because of his office job. His doctor told him, hey, you gotta walk more, but he just couldn't find the motivation. Then he got a simple little fitness tracker. It counted his steps, gave him little nudges to get up and move, and that one small device helped him build a daily habit. Now he says he has more energy than he's had in years. It's the perfect example of a tiny tool making a huge difference. And you see these little lifesavers all over the place. My cousin Daniel put up some smart cameras for peace of mind to keep his family safe. Another friend, Adam, actually used his phone to get first aid instructions during a minor emergency. And for Carol, an elderly widow who lives alone, her little voice assistant reminds her when to take her medication. In every single case, these simple tools are providing security, knowledge, and independence. So when you step back and you look at all these stories, from connecting families to building new businesses, a really clear picture starts to form. The true, incredible power of technology. It's not in the most complicated, most expensive gadgets out there. Its real strength is in how quietly, how seamlessly, it's just become a part of what we do every day. It's the calendar on your phone that saves you from a scheduling mess. It's the app that helps you try a new recipe for dinner, and it's the video call that connects you with someone you love. It's all the small things that together add up to a really big difference. And that really just leaves one final thought for you. We've talked about a lot of examples today, but this story is a personal one for every single one of us. So take a second and think about it. What is that one small piece of technology that has changed your life the most? Thanks for tuning in.